Thought Bubble Audio.
Look, up in the sky!
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Welcome to Beer with Geeks with Tim and Frank.
Who are you?
I'm Batman.
I am Iron Man.
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Hi, Christopher. I'm Nero.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
You're a wizard, Harry.
A couple of guys with a couple of beers and a whole lot of pop culture nostalgia.
Make it so, number one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.
I named the dog Indiana.
Life finds a way.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Now sit back and crack open a cold one, because it's time for Beer with Geeks.
It comes in paints?
Shaken, not stirred.
Great Scott!
I was way off. I knew it started with an S, though.
Hi, and welcome to Beer with Geeks, where two geeks geek out with beer. I'm Tim, and with me, as always, it's my friend who would, or rather, or not, or be somewhere. It's Frank.
Hello, hello.
Those were words. I don't even know if they made sense.
Most of them did.
Excellent. Frank, what are you drinking?
I am drinking one of my favorite names for a beer, and that's from Throwback Brewing, El Chupbrewcabra.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
It is a dark chocolate porter. I had this a while back. It's a Mexican chocolate porter, remember?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to try that. That's right.
Yes, yeah. So El Chupbrewcabra, chocolate porter, Mexican chocolate porter from Throwback Brewery in New Hampshire. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking water, Frank. I'm really boring tonight.
Wow.
Yeah. It's good. It's clean.
Is it a hard water? Is it a
No. There's some ice in
no.
it, which is kind of hard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know the original Flash got his powers from hard water? They're not speed.
The original
by Jay Garrick. Yeah.
Jay Garrick
Yeah.
from hard water.
water. Yeah. Water. I don't know what accent that is.
Wow. New Hampshire has hard water. I would have superpowers if I was Jay Garrick.
Yeah. But your name's Frank Rambling, so you're not Jay Garrick.
Well, I know, but I could have.
You could have been, indeed. Yeah. Did you fight in World War II?
I could have.
If you were alive, then.
If I was alive.
True.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Would you rather be Jay Garrick or Barry Allen?
Oh, Barry Allen, 100%.
Really?
Oh yeah. No, not even a question.
Interesting.
Not even a question. Yeah, no, I like Barry a lot. Barry's my Flash, so for sure. Yeah.
Interesting. Wally's not your
What about you?
Wally's not your Flash?
No, I mean Wally. I really only know Wally from the animated series, but I read a lot more Barry than I have of Wally. So I feel more of a connection to Barry because I feel like I know Wally from a cartoon, and I read a lot of Barry where I got inside his head, right, and where he's narrating and stuff, and so I feel more of a connection to Barry. Same with Hal. I feel more of a connection to Hal, even though Jon Stewart was the animated Green Lantern, whom I love, and I am still baffled that we have not seen a TV or big screen version of Jon Stewart yet, because that is just ripe for the taking.
Of course, they're going to announce it before this episode comes out, but
of course they will.
I'm pretty sure John's supposed to be one of the leads of the HBO Max Green Lantern show.
Well, I sure hope so, because
maybe
he's
not actually. Now that I say that,
criminally underused character.
I agree.
And I know that CW is sort of maybe going to be doing a version, but not really, but sort of, that's at least inspired by.
It's Jon Stewart Diggle. Yes.
Yeah.
Who actually, truthfully, is Jon Stewart. He's
in so many ways. The military background, all of it.
Yeah, he's really got the whole shebang there. So, even this is his style. Oh, it's good stuff. John Diggle, love him. Hal is mine. Hal is my Green Lantern. For the same reason, I don't know who my Flash is. I guess it's Barry. I guess it's Barry. I read a lot of Wally. I was reading comics before Barry Allen came back from the dead.
Right.
But now that, God, how many years is that on? 12, 13 years on now?
Yeah, it's a while now.
I've read a lot more Barry than I have Wally, so I think Barry also is my Flash. Though I honestly love Jay Garrick. I love the JSA so much.
I do too, but not like I love the JLA. And honestly, Barry coming back into comics is why I picked up Flash comics. Like I wasn't really reading Flash comics until Rebirth. So
well, Wally went away for a while, and it was Bart Allen for a while, and that
Bart.
series only lasted like 13 issues before they were like, "Bye, Bart, smell ya, we killed you off." I remember that. That was strange. Anyway, Frank, that was a nice detour. But that's not really what we're doing today, or is it?
Would you rather? That's what we did, because we're going to be playing a game of Would You Rather.
That is rather what I would be doing. Yes, that I would actually prefer that.
Oh, well, then let's do that.
Okay.
So, hey, Tim.
Yeah.
Would you rather swim in a pool full of Nutella or maple syrup?
Maple syrup. Feel like you could actually swim in maple syrup. Nutella would actually be...
So you're thinking from just like a physics standpoint of
Physics.
could I swim through it?
Yeah, I also like maple syrup more than Nutella, so it's like twofold for me, really. Yeah, maple syrup.
The reason for the box is threefold.
Yeah.
Sorry.
One, it allows me to think about how much I love maple syrup.
Two, it hurts.
Anyway, yeah, I maple syrup is triumphant to me. And
see, I'm gonna say Nutella.
Yeah.
I gotta say Nutella because I think I enjoy Nutella more than I enjoy maple syrup.
I only had Nutella in college. For the first time I had it in college. That's how, and so I just don't have a. I don't have
a connection.
No, I don't. I don't have a nostalgia attached to it. It's just like really sugary chocolate spread, which sounds amazing when I say it like that. But like in part of my brain is like, you fool! Like, what is the matter?
I'm
with
I'm the guy sitting here drinking a chocolate beer. So like,
right?
You know,
no, it makes sense for you.
Yeah, no, and like it's European, and I grew up in a very Italian American household, so like we always had Nutella around when I was a kid, and so like I have this, I have like that nostalgia for it, so that makes sense. That's why I would be more into it than you might. But my next question for you is: would you rather team up with Wonder Woman or Captain Marvel?
Wonder Woman, hands down.
Yeah,
Captain Marvel's cool. I assume you talk about Carol Danvers and not Shazam, right? Okay, yeah.
That's who I'm talking about.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just like Wonder Woman more. I would have more questions for Wonder Woman because it would be rather incessant. Poor woman. I'd be like, okay, so tell me about the mascara. What is it that you do when you're not Wonder Woman? Like you're Princess Diana, but you're Diana.
Museum.
Yeah, but are you? But are you? Sometimes you're not. What does it mean to bring peace to man's world, but also do it violently? Tell me more. Tell me about the dichotomy. Tell me about philosophy. You've known some of them. I would actually have questions for her. Plus, I think that she would defeat Captain Marvel. If I really thought about it. Yeah, I think because Captain Marvel is like the Superman-ish equivalent on the Avengers, right? It's like Sentry sometimes, but also Captain Marvel, right? But I think Wonder Woman's got the training and and I think that she's one of the best warriors on the planet. So I'm gonna say Wonder Woman. Plus, I just get the squishes with Wonder Woman. Can I be like you?
Yeah, me too. And I also feel like Wonder Woman is more of a team player. And if we're talking about being on a team, I feel like Wonder Woman is more of the team player than Captain Marvel tends to be.
That's right.
Where Captain Marvel tends to be she operates more on her own.
That's right. Plus, Wonder Woman has a pet kangaroo. Does Captain Marvel have a pet kangaroo?
Exactly. Or an invisible jet.
Or an invisible jet. That's right. Well, she doesn't really need it because neither of them really need it. But I could go into it.
Yeah.
I need it to get to places. I can't fly. I don't have a kangaroo. So
these are all great points. So would you rather have universal respect or unlimited power?
I don't know what unlimited power means, so I'm going to say universal.
I have a movie I can show you.
Oh, okay, great. Let's start it right now.
Dun, dun, dun. We did that commentary already. Okay. He's doing the whole bit. Oh God! If you'd have sat there and recited all of Revenge of the
That would
Sith.
be amazing. War.
Oh man!
Oh man! I wish I kept going. That would have been great. Great.
Well, whatever unlimited power means to you, would you rather have
No,
that
universal
or
respect.
universal respect?
I can't.
Really.
One of my biggest fears is not being respected, so I'm going to go with universal respect. I feel like that covers that fear of mine. I don't like being in charge.
I'm going to. I will agree with you. For similar reasons, because I do often have that thing of like, oh god, they think I'm a total idiot. They think I'm a total idiot right now. Oh my god, everything I'm saying sounds so dumb to them. They're so yes, I would like universal respect, if only because then I wouldn't have to worry about it.
Right,
the anxiety then goes away because like I know everyone respects me, so it's fine.
Could make you full of hubris though, knowing that you are respected.
It could. Well, I guess that's sort of the dichotomy here, right? It's like, do you want to be full of hubris or like be actually physically powerful?
Tough question. I actually don't know. To be perfectly honest with you, yeah, I just don't know.
While you think about that one, would you rather buy 10 things you don't need every time you go shopping?
Okay.
Or always forget the one thing you do need.
10 things I don't need.
Every time.
10 things I don't need. Oh,
Yeah.
the thing that like, I did get the thing. I got to go back and get the thing. That creates more work. Those 10 things that I don't need, I give those puppies away.
There you go.
I mean, unless they're
Okay.
actually puppies, then I'll keep them.
Well, no, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Definitely. Or I mean, give them away to a good home.
Yeah, so
You
when
know,
you say
that's-
like
that's
10
fine.
things I don't need, does that mean like 10 candy bars or do they have to be like 10 televisions or something like that?
This might surprise you, but the list of 250 would you rather questions doesn't really go into detail on what the items
Interesting.
Yeah.
No qualifiers, eh?
No. Very surface level.
Oh,
It's 250 very surface level questions.
Can I afford the 10 things? Or like, oh, no.
I have a lot of concerns
I have
about
many
this.
concerns about my answer now. This is terrible. Oh, no.
Two people with like decision paralysis trying to play to your rather.
I'll never chew all of this gum before it expires. Oh no! You have to go to the store. We can't stuff any more stuff into this closet. What do we do?
Man.
It's the Jerry Seinfeld way of answering things.
Ah!
Whoa, no! Stop it!
That is amazing. Wow. Okay, this game is getting very interesting all of a
And
sudden.
I'm only drinking
When
water.
I feel yeah, you're drinking water, but you're making decisions like a Frank over there. You're like, I don't know. It was maple syrup, and then it got harder from there. You were just like, how am I supposed to choose?
Has the syrup hardened overnight? I don't.
Welcome to Decision Paralysis with Jerry Seinfeld.
Do I make a movie about a bee that falls in love with a woman, or a movie with a woman falls in love with a bee? Anyway.
Oh man, wow! Who knew this would be? Who knew this would be so difficult? With me asking, if I was answering the questions I expected. But, okay, would you rather? I'll give you. Here's this should be an easy one. Would you rather labor under a hot sun or extreme cold?
Extreme cold. You get warm, like doing stuff. You don't get cool laboring. So no. Gets anywhere above 65. I'm like, it's too warm to work outside. Yeah, no, absolutely not. In the intense cold, please send me to the Arctic. I'd be a great explorer of the Arctic North.
So I think people will expect this because I lived in New York, and then I moved further north to Massachusetts, and now here I am in New Hampshire. So I've gotten to, further and further north, further and further cold. And so obviously I must be okay with the cold. And so naturally my answer is screw the cold. I would rather work in extreme heat.
Really?
I've always hated cold. I hate winter. It's the worst. People get so excited when they see snow. And then the first time I see snow, I'm like, oh, yeah, that is nice. And the second time I see snow, it's like, no, I have to shovel that garbage. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That everything that falls down, I have to pick it up. I have to move it for the car and clear the driveway and all. Like, that's work. The more that falls, yeah, it looks pretty. It's easy to say it looks pretty when you're not the one picking it up, but like I gotta shovel that stuff. So I hate the winter. I hate the cold. I hate being cold. I tend to be the coldest one in most rooms when it's cold. So I would much rather be doing hard work in extreme heat, because I just don't have the same predisposition to hate it like I do the cold.
I'm honestly shocked how much you hate winter. That was my big That was my big takeaway from this conversation. Like,
Yeah.
you really hate
I
it.
don't. Yeah, like there's, I mean, yeah, and I really hate
It's
snow.
like the
I really
cold
hate
snap
snow.
somebody's neck, a cold snap, if you will. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, I could go for one of those right
Yeah.
now. That's a good beer right there. Would you rather would you rather have a personal maid or a personal chef?
Well, the personal maid, you'd be like, you're like, I'm sorry. I know it's my mess. I'm
You
sorry.
would.
Yeah,
You
I
would.
would. Yeah.
Less nice people might not
Yeah.
be. And honestly, you could say that about the chef too.
That's true, but the chef would be like, "Oh, Gascon, what are you brewing for us tonight? This is exciting."
Oh, so you already named him. Okay, I see where this is going.
I did. Didn't I? I did.
Once you name it, you get attached
I
to
did.
it.
I guess personal chef would be the way. It would be the way to go.
I think I'm going to agree with you. I think I would like to have a personal chef, but it's not that easy a decision for me because it's me, but because there is something nice about like when you're like on a nice vacation and like you come back to your like hotel room and it's been like all done up or there's turned down service or any of those nice things. Like there's something really nice about that. That's like, ooh, I feel so like comfy and cozy and like so like carefree and my needs have been taken care of. So, like, there's something nice about that. But ultimately, I'm still going to pick the chef because I enjoy good food way more than I enjoy, like, a tidy room.
It's true. And also, but even to the hotel thing, like, I come back in and the hotel room is clean, and my first instinct is like, oh, they didn't have to come and do that. That's okay. Like,
I do too. No, don't get me wrong.
I do that. Like, yeah.
I do too. And when they started the thing of, several years ago at this point, when they started the whole thing of like, oh, leave your towels, on the floor if you want us to take them or hang them up if you want to reuse them. And the reason they do that is for the environment.
Right,
and,
laundry, less laundry to do, blah, blah, blah.
Less laundry. But I was relieved when that became a thing because I was like, oh, good, I can signal to them that they don't need to do more work. Like, okay, look, I'm hanging it up. Like that for me, that was the thing of like, oh, good, okay, they'll know that I'm not like needy and that I don't need them to like wash a towel. Like I can't use the same towel again. That's fine, no problem. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah,
please.
When I leave hotel rooms, I like consolidate the trash and I like strip the beds and I leave it all out for them. And I'm like, no, there's a lot of work. Like there's no reason to make it worse.
You're like 2 steps away from being like, yeah, I actually asked them where their room is and I go make their bed.
Correct.
Because I just yeah.
But then I was asked to never come back to the hotel or the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, that was a
again.
little creepy.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Okay. Would you rather always be 10 minutes early or always be 20 minutes late?
Ooh, 10 minutes early. Ew. I'll wait in the car for 10 minutes. What is that? 20 minutes late nonsense? That's high anxiety.
Monsters.
Yeah.
Monsters are 20 minutes late all the time.
Yeah. Italians, you mean? No.
Hey.
Oh.
Easy. No, I'm actually.
No, you're very prompt.
When I have to be somewhere at a certain time, like when there is an actual external deadline, I'm quite good at being on time. However, when it is like just me and my wife, and she's like, "All right, you want to leave at noon?" I'm like, I'm like, "Yeah, sure, we can do that." And then it's like 12:30, and I'm like, "Oh crap, was noon the time that passed already? Because I'm not ready to go yet."
Oh,
it
hurts. It hurts me so deeply inside.
Yeah, I'm sure. But it's when it's an external deadline, when it's someone else's deadline, like outside of my family unit, I'm like, I will be there early. I will bring the coffee. I will be like, I will be the like.
Yeah,
you know
no,
I mean?
that's good. That's good. I mean, I guess that's the best of both. I guess that's the best of both worlds. Like, I'll be there at 1. I'll be there between 1 and 7. Like that's.
Well, yeah, I hate the thought of making someone else wait for me. But when it's like within my family unit, I have this like time blindness, where it's like I didn't realize like, oh shoot, if we're gonna leave at 12, that means I have to like start hauling ass now because like, or I'm gonna be late. That happens all the time when it's not like, I guess I'm not as like anxious about making someone outside of my unit, my family unit, like wait for me, and so when that's not the case, it's harder for me to. It's not a choice I just am blind to what time it is
It's
because I'm not as anxious about it.
I guess I guess that's what it is. Yeah, no, I am like I gotta be in a close proximity of time. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I just can't stand, and that doesn't mean I always am on time. I just can't stand it. Yeah, so
Right.
yeah, all right, keep going.
Would you rather always have a full phone battery or a full gas tank?
Gas tank.
I think that's the right answer.
Yeah, I do a lot of driving. Full gas tank all the time will save me a lot of money. Yeah,
You can charge the phone in the car.
sure can. Yeah,
You know?
Mhm. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm a full tank of gas. Yeah. No, full gas tank. That just feels like one. It's how much effort is it truly to plug in your phone at some points? Blah blah blah. Stopping for gas. That's like, okay, well, I'm going to be driving by this one, and this one's got good prices, and I should stop here, and I should, like, get this one. Oh, but actually, I could make it till tomorrow, and I could stop at that next one. Like, so it really, should I want to wait in the morning? Like, should I just get gas in the morning? No, always a bad idea. You never get gas in the morning. You're a monster. So yeah, so full gas tank.
Very strong thoughts about getting gas in the morning. That's interesting.
I get gas 4 times a week with the amount of driving.
I don't need to know
do.
I don't need to know when you get gas. That's
you got me.
But but what's interesting about this question though is that 3 or 4 years ago I would have had a completely different answer because 3 or 4 years ago I would have said, "What gas tank?
Yep.
I take public transportation,
Mm-hmm.
so full phone battery is really all that matters."
Yep.
So that would have been the case for me a few years ago. Obviously, things have changed. We both live in more suburban
areas,
settings now. So there's that. But for a lot of people, that's still going to be the answer of like, gas tank is irrelevant. I don't have a gas tank, or I only use it on weekends. So like, I'd much rather have a full phone battery for my hour and a half train commute or whatever than have a gas tank in my car that's sitting in the street parking that I'm not going to use till Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather get a paper cut every time you turn a page or bite your tongue every time you eat?
Oh, that is awful.
Right? Terrible choices.
Bite my tongue, I guess. Paper cuts can like really hurt for like a long time afterwards. I gotta get a Band-Aid. Oh, blah. If I like, ow, my tongue, ow, my tongue, ow, my tongue, I'll just drink smoothies the rest of my life.
Your personal chef's gonna be really disappointed about that.
Oh no, Gascon! I'm sorry. I'm
sorry, Gascon.
I'll hang the towel, Gascon.
I think I would rather do the paper cuts. I would rather, because I enjoy a good meal so much that to like be biting my tongue every time I eat it, and then you bite it once and then you bite it again, like several times within the next 24 hours because it's like in the way, I would just much rather have paper cuts because like I can deal with that. I can wear gloves or something.
No, but you would still get paper cuts. That's not the rule. Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. I guess if that would be the rule, that I would still bite my tongue if I took a sip from a smoothie. Oh,
yeah.
That's tough. I guess I'll just read everything on my iPad. Problem solved.
Yeah. Bad news. The iPad morphs and starts giving you paper cuts.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Why are the edges so sharp?
I know. Come on, Apple.
Yeah.
Would you rather get caught in the middle of a food fight or a water balloon fight?
Am I wearing white?
No, it's after Labor Day.
Okay,
I don't know. It's kind of a lose-lose if you're wearing white because it's like
either one. I know.
T-shirt contest or dirty clothes.
I know.
Food,
water balloon fight. That's just less gross. Like what?
That seems more fun.
Yeah, like that I would be a part of. Like I don't really want food that like in my hair or in my face or on my clothes.
And neither does Gascon. He does not want his food in your
No,
hair.
I mean he works so hard, just slaving away, making his own cheese in the backyard. Like
he works for it, man. He is like, no, this man pays me too much for me to skimp.
Yeah, exactly, and he doesn't even let me eat my own food. I know, because he has to have leftovers.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm gonna go water balloon fight as well. I think that's more. I think that's more fun. Would you rather be played in a movie by Danny DeVito or Danny Trejo?
Ooh. Oh, I love Danny Trejo, but I think I'd rather
love Danny Trejo.
I think I'd rather go Danny DeVito.
I think so too.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, neither one of them look anything like you,
Not
or me.
Nope, not really. Nope.
But I'm gonna go Danny DeVito for myself, just because I feel like that would be. He has closer energy to me than Danny Trejo was. Not that it's exactly
Danny Trejo's way too cool to play either of us.
Way too cool. Way too cool. Way too cool. And Danny DeVito is exactly Italian American enough to play me. So that's cool.
I did not know he was Italian American, but yeah, I could see it.
Yeah.
DeVito.
Yeah, exactly. Would you rather be able to take back anything you say or hear any conversation about you?
Ooh, take back anything I say.
Yeah,
yeah. That just because those are the things that keep you up at night. You know, they're like, I shouldn't have said that. I should not.
They
have
sure
said
do,
that.
Bob.
Yep. And but I don't want to. If someone's talking about me, that's their business. Don't need to know that. That's just going to cause more anxiety because there's nothing you can do about it. You just know that they're talking about you.
Yep. Absolutely. I would rather be in the dark about whatever they're saying about me and be able to take back the things I regret, rather than like if I can't take back the things I regret, but I still have to hear anything about me that I may not want to hear. Like I don't need that. I don't need that kind of anxiety in my life.
Nope.
I have enough.
No, not at all.
Would you rather be in history books for something terrible or be completely forgotten after you die?
Completely forgotten after I die. Don't, because if I'm in the history books for doing something terrible, that means I did that something terrible. And guess what? I'm going to die anyway. And I got to deal with that nonsense. Like, no, thank you. Completely anonymous.
That's where I'm at.
See you later.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. You know what's funny is that I went to that question because I saw the one above it and I was like, oh, that's too easy for a Tim question. And then I went to this one, which is actually an equally easy Tim question about the history books. The one I skipped was, would you rather you win $25,000 or your friend wins $100,000?
Oh, my friend should win. That's like...
I knew you'd say that.
Yeah.
See, I knew you'd say that. That's why...
They probably
like,
maybe they need it. That's so nice. Like, I get by. It's fine.
Yeah. Here, Gascon. Here, take the $100,000.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I sound like I'm rolling in money. Like
I know, right?
Like I don't work 3 jobs.
Like
just to
I
pay
could
the
use
bills,
that.
Right.
I could use that money, please.
Yeah,
like for
absolutely.
sure.
But like, whenever I like enter a lottery contest or something like that, like or a raffle or something like that, if I'm like, "Ooh, I really want that," I never win. If I put it the thing, I'm like, oh, I'm going to give this to Frank, I win. Like always. But I have to be pure of heart. It's like it's like the Mirror of Erised. It has to be very specific. I have to imagine the Sorcerer's Stone, but not using it. Like just keeping it away from Voldemort. That's like, it's kind of like that.
All right. Gotcha. I think we have time for one more. And that last question is, would you rather travel the world for free for a year or have $50,000 to spend however you like?
Travel the world free for travel the world free for a year. If I can like stay in at least a motel or a hotel, I don't really want to be like, you can travel for free, you bum. Get off of that park bench. You know, like I feel like I need a qualifier in there. So if I could travel comfortable, at least mildly comfortably, a year.
Sure.
Travel.
I think that's I think the built-in assumption here is that you're traveling comfortably. You know,
traveling comfortably.
You're not just
friggin'
Yeah. Your expenses are paid. Your expenses are paid, and it's a free trip to travel wherever you want for a year. Like, that's I would definitely take that. I would argue people. I mean, I'll speak for myself. Smarter people than I would be like, I'll take the 50,000, I'll invest it, I'll do this, and then I can travel the world, however much I want, and still have money to do other things. And that's probably true. But I like the idea of traveling the world for free while I'm young.
Yes, that's right. The immediate gratification, please and thank you.
Yes, please. I will take that dopamine. And that is going to wrap up Would You Rather for today. This was fun. This was a lot of fun. I learned a lot about you, learned a lot about myself, learned a lot about how we're both anxious in the same ways. That's fun.
Friendship, baby.
And yeah, people can hear about our other anxieties at beerwithgeeks.com, and there's almost 350 episodes of it just sitting there for you to hear. Us talk about things that me being indecisive and Tim being the nicest person in the world and whatnot. And you can hear that at beerwithgeeks.com, thoughtbubbleaudio.com if you want to hear all of our other shows where we and our friends talk about things like Superman and Lois, and you and Palmer talk about all the Oscar movies that were ever nominated for Best Picture, and a whole host of other fun shows. So check those out at thoughtbubbleaudio.com. The best thing you can do is support us at patreon.com/thoughtbubbleaudio, where $1 a month gets you in the door to help support this show and get some cool content in return. Support us by following us on all your favorite podcast apps, rate and review us in podcast apps like Apple Podcasts and all the rest. And tell a friend, follow us on Twitter, Beer with Geeks, email us, beerwithgeeks@gmail.com, all that fun stuff.
Well said, Frank. You're my favorite person. So until next time.
Aw,
cheers.
Cheers.